Good morning everybody, welcome to another YouTube video. I am excited but also nervous for this morning. I will explain why in just a second, but I thought we could spend the first part of my morning together and I'm going to be taking you along for my interval run today, hence I'm nervous. If you know me, you'll know that I always get the fear around runs that are known to be harder, so interval runs, sometimes long runs as well, but today is a different type of interval run that I've not done before. It is a pyramid interval run. So essentially my run is split into different interval blocks, but they're all different lengths. So I've got a 2k warm-up, then I do a 1k interval, then I do 800, 600, 400, 200, and then I go back up basically 2, 4, 6, 8, 1k. So I think I've got a total distance around 8 kilometers, I think I worked out. That's not including my rest time. I do have 60 seconds rest in between each interval. I would love to jog those, but may end up walking those. So that is what we were doing this morning. So I thought I'd run you through just what I do to prepare for my run and yeah, just take you along with the process and show you what it feels like to do a run like that. So yeah, we can experience it for the first time together. If you're new to my channel, my name is Georgia and I'm a women's online health and fitness coach. I'm currently training for a high rocks, which is why I'm doing this type of run, because for me, building up my speed is super key, because that is definitely something that let me down when I did my last high rocks back in April. And if you're not new here, thank you so much for coming back for another video, and yeah, let's get into it. So I've actually just popped you up, so I thought I would explain a little bit about what I normally do before a run. So it is currently 6:35 a.m. It's a Saturday morning. You're probably thinking, Georgia, why are you up so early? And I have decided to do today's run on the treadmill just so I can have easier control of my speed, because I do have quite specific speed targets to hit for each of the intervals that I just explained. So we're going to be heading to the gym, but the gym doesn't open until 7 a.m. on a Saturday, so I need to leave in about 10 minutes. And yeah, I'm gonna head to the gym and do my run there rather than outside, just because where I live is literally so hilly, it's a joke. And secondary as well, I am actually going on a boat trip today and I need to be ready to leave for 11 a.m. So I need to make sure I get back, shower. I normally do like a little quick clean of the house on a Saturday morning, make breakfast. So yeah, there's lots to be done this morning, hence I'm up early and just getting it done, because in my world, getting it done means just getting up early, then that's how we do things around here. So this morning, got up, usual routine, got ready, did my hair, got my outfit on, and then just had a quick tidy of the kitchen, did the dishwasher, all that good stuff, so my space is tidy for when I come home. Normally I would eat, and I was having this kind of debate, because obviously I have got a decent amount of distance to cover, and I have got a hard run coming up, but when I tell you, we had a steak night last night, and we did have some dessert, and I am really full. And so I guess just a note on pre-run fuel, yes, you want to be fueling before your runs, but not at the expense of like forcing food down yourself. And obviously as well, like I got up at 6 and I'll be starting my run, well, I'll be starting my warm-up at 7 and then jumping on the treadmill, I don't know, say 7:05, 7:10, something like that. So literally to have basically an hour to get up, get ready, eat, digest that food and run is not really practical. So I would say for me personally, when I'm getting up and running early and having a small amount of time between when I get up and when I run, and if I've had a big enough meal the night before, I generally feel okay. But I mean, we'll see. I will report back. This is the purpose of this video, I suppose, to show me go through this process, and show you guys just, yeah, a little bit more of my training and what that looks like. But when I tell you I've dreamt about this run multiple times, I dreamt about it last night as well. Last night I dreamt that I couldn't get it done because my plans were in the way, which really stressed me out in my dream, because obviously that's not how I do things in real life. So very much obviously not the reality this morning, but I would definitely say I have some pre-run apprehension. And you know, if you are a fellow runner, then you will know. So basically no pre-run meal this morning, because yeah, I just feel really full. So I'm gonna go finish drinking my water, and we're also gonna take some supplements as well. I feel like some people think I'm crazy for getting up at this time, but in all honesty, I love the fact that I'm awake and Tom's still asleep, and I can leave him to have a lie-in and literally come back having done my run, and he will still be sleeping, which is great. And then, you know, I can get ready, we can have breakfast together. That's like our little sort of Saturday morning routine. Just for context, I'm just grabbing my supplements from the cupboard. Yeah, so it's great for me that I can have the best of both worlds, and I honestly love the morning because it just feels like nobody else is awake right now. Like, looking outside, like our like windows look out onto like forest and stuff, and it's really nice and just feels like there is nobody awake. Plus I can get to the gym really quickly at this time of day. So yeah, I'm gonna take these supplements, drink the rest of my water, jump in the car, and I will probably see you guys at the gym. I'm gonna show you a little bit of what I do to warm up, and then yeah, we will get on with this run. We have made it to the gym. I absolutely love the traffic, or lack of traffic, slash other people on the road at this time of day. It is 6:56. I'm in the car because I won't be able to get into the gym right now. Do you know what I low-key love about the gym right now is that people literally queue to get in the gym. I love that. Sometimes I am that person. I don't often come to the gym like when it opens nowadays, but sometimes I have been known to join the queue, I suppose. But yeah, right now it's a Saturday, so I am not too concerned about that. It would be cool to be the first person in the gym, but fun fact, I actually go to the gym that I used to work at, so I've been the first person in the gym many times when I've opened it. But yeah, I am gonna go get inside, get warmed up, and get this run done, and I will report back on the other side. I am back. Wow. Wow is all I have right now. I have got some electrolytes which are currently dissolving here. These are like a berry flavour, I can't remember the brand, but they actually taste quite nice. So I'm gonna have these. I've had about 1.5 litres of water now, and that run was without a doubt the hardest run I think I have ever done, aside from maybe the last 3 kilometres of my half marathon. There was a lot, physically and mentally as well. So I think I mentioned before I went to the gym, I had quite specific paces set. I genuinely feel played by my watch a little bit, but it is what it is. Because I could not push that pace down to hit target no matter how hard I tried. And when I tell you my first like 3 intervals, like I gave every ounce of my being that I had in that moment. So for the first 1k, yeah, I did 2k warm up, 1k on, 60 seconds recovery, 800 meters on, 60 seconds recovery, 600 meters on, 60 seconds recovery, 400 meters on, 60 second recovery, 200 meters on, 60 second recovery, and basically aiming to go like max speed for all of those distances. And then I repeated that but going in reverse, so starting with 200 and working back up to 1k. And yeah, the first like 3 intervals I literally gave everything, and I could not push my pace below 5 minutes. When I tell you I was running, I think I ran my kilometre at what the treadmill told me was 14 kilometres per hour. So like the maths just ain't mathsing. So I decided after those first couple to just stop looking at the pace on my watch and just continue to like just run as fast as I could basically, and go more on like how it felt. And yeah, just basically picking a pace that I could like literally just about sustain for that time. Then once I got down to like the 400s, like 200s, I started finally feeling a little bit better, like because mentally like those first few were like really soul destroying. I was like, well, I've kind of, because I am such a perfectionist, and because if my coach sets me something, like I want to not only achieve it but also like exceed that expectation. So yeah, mentally the first few intervals were quite tough, and I was like, I'm already kind of like failing at the first hurdle type thing, but then I kind of reminded myself like, no, you're still going, you're still showing up, so this is not a failure at all. So stopped looking at the pace on my watch and just kind of like cracked on. When I got down, as I said, to like the 400, 200 situation, I finally started feeling like I could actually like have a minute to like get my breath back. Also did walk all of the recoveries. There was no way that I was about to jog those, but they were only 60 seconds anyway, so yeah, when you've just run a kilometre at like max speed, to have 60 seconds recovery is not that much. But once I got down to the like shorter intervals, I started to feel a little bit better. Then once I got to like the reverse of the pyramid, so going back up, I got the worst stitch known to mankind. And again, like tried to run through it, but it got to the point where I was like, I actually can't run that fast because I am in quite a lot of pain right now with my stitch. So I learnt this thing about cars recently. If you're a car person watching this, you're probably going to be like, this is completely wrong. But basically, something along the lines of, this is how my brain interpreted it, but when something happens to like your car engine, it can go into this thing called limp home mode, and it can't really go above a certain speed or like something like that. That's basically what happened to my body. Like the last two intervals, the 800 meter and the kilometer, like right at the end, I literally, like my legs just would not carry me. So again, completely forgot about pace and thought just do the distance, run the distance and get through it basically. So yeah, very hard run. Right now, I feel fabulous, I feel absolutely fabulous. If you would have spoken to me, however, and put a camera in my face on that like last kilometre, because I probably ran that at like talking pace because my body was just like, yeah, my legs just wouldn't basically. But if you would have spoken to me after that last kilometre, I'd have been like that, I'm in hell right now. But now I feel great, and that's the funny thing about running is at the time it can feel great, and like those, you know, the 200 meter intervals, I did quite enjoy them, and then the stitch came in and it went a little bit downhill. But there were points in that run that I did enjoy. My warm-up I felt really good in. My knees were a little bit sore in like the beginning part of the warm-up, but they eased off like really quickly because I have been having a little bit of soreness in my knees, especially on longer runs. They feel okay now, which is good considering I covered about 8.5 kilometers. But yeah, right now I feel fantastic, and even though my run felt, yeah, literally hands down, I can't pinpoint a harder run. I thought my 9k intervals the other week were bad. I did 1k on, 1k off for 9 kilometers, and I thought that was bad. And I actually thought I was going to be sick at the end of that one, but I think this one topped it. Didn't feel like I was going to be sick, but I think it topped it for other reasons. So yeah, that is my debrief on this morning's run. But equally, I know that no matter how hard a run is, like in the moment, like it's those runs that actually really count and really sort of like change the game for you, both like mentally from a like resilience point of view, and also like from a physical like endurance point of view. Like it's runs like this that do really count. So I'm really, really glad it's done. It's literally 8:45 in the morning. I'm back, definitely not showered, but I'm gonna have my electrolytes. I have drunk 1.5 litres of water now by this point, not including this. So yeah, water is in a good spot, and I am surprisingly not hungry either, but I probably will be after my shower. So yeah, thank you so much for spending the early part of my morning with me and joining me on the craziest run ever. I don't know if this sounded dramatic, but I think if you run, you'll probably understand how some of these runs can feel. So yeah, just my honest opinions, and it just goes to show that even as a coach, on the outside we can seem to find everything sort of like easy and manageable, and it's really not like that. It's definitely a case of building that mental resilience to be able to like cope with those things and cope with the kind of like mental battle of like wanting to give up multiple times during a workout or during a run, or even being scared to show up for certain workouts or certain runs because you know that they're going to be hard. Like it's all about building mental resilience to be able to cope with and deal with those things, and that's also what I help my one-to-one clients achieve as well. So if you do want more information about my one-to-one coaching, as always, I'll put the link down in the description box below. I'll also put my Instagram, so if you have any other questions or you want to see more content just like this, then you can head over to that, and make sure you drop me a follow as well. If you made it this far through the video, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.